team, welcome back. So here is a watch me work type of video. I'm going for like a 3D ocean vibe inspired nail art design. These are quite advanced techniques, so I would just have a go at just practicing some of the 3D techniques and the methods and just have a little play, have some fun with it. Usually I would, if I'm just first starting off, I would just practice using 3D nail art design on some disposable tips and just practice like your shaping techniques. As you can see here, I'm just prepping my nail, getting it ready for my nail enhancement. I'm using Polygel again. I just find that is quite a good way to build a lot of structure. This is a hard gel, so it can only be filed off. But because I'm going for something just a little bit longer, I want to have something with a bit more strength. So I'll start off with my base. I have cured that for 60 seconds and now I'm just going in and adjusting my form and customizing it where necessary. I want my form to sit really lovely and snug under my free edge so that I have a nice flush overall finish. And my structure is going to be strong. I'm going to get a really good solid apex in there as well. I'm using the cleansing solution, but it's more of like a, they call it a, what do they call it again? It's like a, it's basically alcohol, to be honest. So a slip solution, that's the one. So I'm using alcohol-based slip solution just so that I'm able to move my product and guide it where I would like it to be. I'm just using a flat gel brush and I'm not using a lot of pressure. I'm just going in and very gently just pushing and guiding the product where I'd like it to lie. Go ahead and use any tools to scoop away any gel that might have flooded into the cuticle. I realized that I didn't use enough of the Polygel. So I went ahead and I cured the first layer and then I added a smaller bead on top just so that I can get the length that I would like. And then I will just blend that in. I'm not too worried about any lumps or bumps or anything like that because once that's cured, I can go ahead and file and refine my shape a lot more accurately. So now that my polygel has cured and I've got the length that I desire, I'm just going to go in and start refining my shape. So I'm using an 80 grit file and I'm just going over the surface to begin with, and then I'm checking all my angles just to make sure that I've got it nice and straight. I'm going around the cuticle area just so that I can get a nice flush finish. And any part that is looking a little bit uneven. So I don't have to use too much pressure when I'm using this type of product. It files super duper easy, super smooth, and then I can just go in and use my buffing block to smooth out any last little bits of scratches. So I'm really happy with the shape and everything. So I just want to refine just a little bit more just around the cuticle area. I'm using my medium size carbide bit, and this is a cone bit, and it's on a very slow setting. So perhaps around a 1. That means 1,000 reps per minute or 1 RPM. And I'm just going around the cuticle area just to ensure that that's lovely and flush and smooth. So as it does grow out, it's not going to be any snagging or any potential lifting that could occur. Okay, so nail art time. So I've gone for this lobster And this is just like an inspired design, so I thought let me just pop it in the corner so that you guys can see like what the vision is. I've gone in and just started mixing some colours and just trying to map out exactly where I want my lobster to be. I'm trying to go for very simple shapes and positioning of where I want my, what do you even call it, its shell to be. So I've just gone in just with a draft outline, and then I'm going to map out all of the tentacles. Do we even call that tentacles or legs? I don't know. And then you've got the little claws. So I just wanted to take my time and really work on that first part of the shape and the design. And then once I'm really happy with that, I'll go ahead and cure it, and then I can start to add in all the little details. But as I do each layer, I am curing as I go. So I'm really happy with that design. I've gone in just to kind of give it a little bit more depth and give it some life. I've gone in with some blooming gel and mixed some blue and some light blue just to kind of make like waves, as if it's like jumping out of the ocean or something. And then I've gone in and just added a top coat. But to be fair, I wasn't really happy when I put the top coat on. I actually quite like the texture, but it's fine, here we are. So for my 3D design, I'm going for a starfish, and I'm using clear moulding gel. And I'm just playing around with a star shape, but the star shapes have almost a curved sort of finish. So I'm just using my silicone brush just to map out where I want my legs of the starfish to go, or the points of the star. And then I'm going to go in afterwards and cure it, and then I'll start colouring it in. Okay, so I've started my base off with a really cute pink. I want to almost give it like an animated, but it's got a little bit of realism behind it. So I'm playing around with mixing colours, giving it some definition, putting some more details and stuff inside of it, just to kind of bring it to life a little bit more, like I did with the lobster. But this is really fun. Just play about with colours that sort of work together, and you can start adding all your details and just play with it. I'm even thinking, I like this colour, but I'm even thinking maybe I could have gone for, like, I don't know, a green or a purple or something. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, so I'm going for this octopus, and I just wanted to make it a little bit more sort of like bloomed out. So I'm starting off with my blooming gel again, going back in with my blues, my whites, and just sort of mixing them in and just sort of waiting for it to bloom out before I cure it. And I'll go in and map out the octopus head, and it's not an octopus. Oh my gosh, why am I saying octopus? It's a whole jellyfish. I keep on saying that. I just see tentacles and I'm just like, yeah, it's an octopus. It's really not. It's a whole jellyfish. Anyway, yeah, jellyfish. So I'm just playing around with my colours and just blending outwards and just giving it again some depth, some definition, and just really enjoying the process of painting and trying to sort of tap into my creative side as well. And this was really fun to do. So for my last little bit of 3D nail art, I wanted to create a seashell. So I've gone in with the 3D molding gel again and used my pointed silicone tool to flatten out and map out the design that I want. I wanted to create it so that you could see all the lines and the scalloped edges. And once I'm really happy with that, I'll go in again, cure that, and I'll start to put my colours on there as well. course, lastly, I'm just applying my High Shine top coat, and I'm being very careful to go over and around my design, not to add any more bulk. And I will use my fine liner brush to just go around the cuticle area as well. I just want to ensure that that is all covered and sealed in nicely. But yes, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to come up with some more designs. I'm really excited. I love getting into my creative spirit. So, but yes, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon.